All right. Let's settle down. It's just crypto.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm going to stream this JCL bout in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go through the lineups pretty quickly beforehand. I don't know how many people are in here. It looks like 6. So shout me out in chat if you can hear me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I got it up and running right. And hopefully people will watch this afterwards. Let's see. So left we got Star Libra. Going Archer, Priest. On the right, we got KKopper going Priest, Knight, Warrior. So definitely a big difference in terms of strategy. Let's look at the archers first here for Star. Pretty nice gear on this one. Got the bow, got the hat, got only 50 decks. We're going a little lower. This is not a very high stat guy. He's not dark summoned, but it looks like it's pretty good. Speed, Deathmark you like, Foresight you like. Nothing crazy though on either of these teams, to be honest. I have looked at them a little bit. So we got this guy with 50 decks, and we also got this guy with 50 decks, I noticed. So I'm guessing, not having played either of these players before, I don't know their strategies or how they play, but I'm guessing these archers, at least one of them is going to be left tree to take advantage of his max attack, because you only need 50 decks for max attack with a Gorbo. So I guess we're going to see multi-shots and rapid shots. This guy has a critical aim, which actually goes with rapid shot. So does Toxic. So this guy wants to be left tree, I think. No stone on this one either. Looks like the stats are 40 agility. So this guy's got a little more stats. Neither are crazy on luck. So this guy's going to be pretty quick. Both of them have good HP. Actually, I didn't look at the other one. We're at 941 is excellent. And this one is also over 987. So I'm guessing this guy's going to be up front. And this guy has a ton of mana, which is also good in case this game goes long because they both have priests. Let's look at Stars Priest. Missing some gear, though not too huge of a deal in this fight, I guess. He's going to be in the back. Pretty sure an archer in medium armor is going to be up front. But if you didn't know, for the JCL, you get the IDs ahead of time, but you don't know like the everything about like the skills. You can adjust your skills as you see what you're up against. So I'm guessing this guy's going to be in the back, healing the two archers. Looks pretty standard for a priest. We're a mythic with out of stone. Death mark we like a lot with two archers. Poison blade can get you. Other than that, these are high rarity, pretty decent heroes, but not crazy on stats and not crazy on traits. 1050 HP again is excellent. 250 is pretty average, I think. Yeah, high twos is really good, I believe. But yeah, he's fine. It's not low. So this looks like a pretty good team, pretty good strategy by Star. Let's look on the right. I'm guessing it's going to be Knight. And by the right, I mean KKopper. Guessing it's going to be Knight, Priest, Warrior. That's how I generally play this type of team. Good gear here, no doubt about that. We have 1300, 145. That's good mana. In case it goes long, could matter. Pretty standard. Yep. Good decks. Pretty slow, obviously, for a knight. I mean, obviously, as a knight, it's about average for a knight or whatever. Heal we like. Poison blade is fine. Lesser stone. So nothing crazy here. Good gear, obviously. Let's see. I guess the priest is going to stay behind the knight. There is no seer on Star's side, so he can't dispel an interception, which is what you want. So I guess this priest is going to get pretty protected. It's going to be tough to kill. 916 is good. He's got a feather duster, so those 50 dex archers might have a tough time hitting the priest with evasion, especially the one with the boar's hat. We do see some extra intelligence here. Normally, I would expect more wisdom. Not too slow, but not real fast. We see the wit stone that goes along with that. And these traits are not great. Duelist can help you get a block, but nothing crazy there. And then we have a warrior. Excellent. Oh, wow. 1400, mythic, egg scally, slow resist pants. Don't get too excited now. They're not speed, but I'm guessing this guy wants to whirlwind the slow resist pants as well as a bubble. Could protect against whirlwind, slowing himself. We're just about out of time here before the match, so I'll wrap it up. Another lesser stone. Not very good traits. Pretty standard build. So I'm guessing this is going to be a back position whirlwind. Yeah. I'm guessing that's going to be a back position whirlwind, which is cool. Let's see. How do I see this? What's about manage vote details? Nope. Should have done this before. I forget how to do it. Do I restart? Because they're about to kick off. Recruiter. In progress. There we go. View lobby. I was right about the positions. Pending bout start. So they're about to start, it looks like. I forget how to do this. Doing it live is always fun. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it right. Oh, maybe. Oh. Hang on. I was switching around wallets. Maybe I need to be signed in. So I think we're going to see an early interception with the knight up front, protect the priest, bubble, do whirlwinds with KKopper. I do think he is slightly advantaged in this match, but I think it's pretty close. Let's see here. Active bouts. Nope. Spectate. In progress. View lobby. Spectate bout. Okay, we might have missed a turn or two. Let's see. So we started with Hunter's Mark. Good play, bad luck. 95% to apply, only got one. Not what you want to see. Divine Barrier. Yup, as expected. So these archers are going to have a tough time. Oh, he did put the priest in front without any armor. With the squire's armor, a little surprised. So yeah, I don't hate that idea to try to take out the warrior. It's gonna be tough though. This is 1400 hit points, right? And a priest. So I think this game's gonna go long, and I think it favors KKopper. Let's see, prayer protection on self. Interesting that, yeah, I would have put probably an archer up front. So let's see real quick. That was a whirlwind. Bad timing on my part. Didn't get through the barrier, so that's a good barrier. Did slow himself despite having the pants. Unlucky. Because let's see, the piercing shot just took down his barrier, so the time bar didn't quite work out to do exactly what you want to do as KKopper there, which is not slow yourself. But such is life. Let's look at the skills real quick. Did go challenge, not mighty strike. That was one thing I wanted to look at, and did go barrier instead of holy wrath, despite having a lot of intelligence there. Okay, so swiftness potion by Star. He is also recognizing probably the fact that he's going to have trouble if this game goes really long. Tough to say though how this is going to work out. It could be tough. That's why I voted for KKopper. I think this game was always going to go long, but if he can get through this this swiftness potion, I think he's in good shape. If Star can find a way to line up his guys, you see they're right here in a row, but there's no kill window. There's nothing to kill here, and then they're right here in a row again after getting a swiftness bonus things. So his guys are positioned correctly to kill something. It's just it's going to be tough to get through this warrior, because it can get a heal here. It is slow, so that's really helping. He's got action economy. He's going a ton of times before KKopper gets to go, because even with the 2 slows from the whirlwind. So okay, and actually Star did load Holy Wrath. I was a little surprised. I thought KKopper might, because he's got a bunch of intelligence, but I guess you just bail on that plan if you think it's going to go how I thought it was going to go. Didn't get lucky on the poison, unfortunately. Let's see, did we load? We did load Prayer of Healing. There's a bunch of cleanses over here for KKopper, so I'm not surprised he went Prayer of Healing over Cleansing Heal Gift, something like that. Speed, okay. So this guy could use, I mean, I don't think you use a potion here. I don't know what to do. Challenge, actually, challenge would probably be my play. You could challenge, even if you challenge the priest and get Holy Wrath, it's not that big of a deal. It's splitting the damage. If you do that successfully, then like one archer is attacking the warrior in the back, the other one has to attack the knight. That's not a problem. Let's see, does his priest have Holy Circle? Yes. So he would like to split damage. So I think I would have challenged there. That is a sharpshooter targeting, oh god, I don't know, Almlish. Guessing that's the back guy. It is. The warrior. So yeah, this warrior took himself out for quite a while. Big speed advantage, big action economy advantage, but he's not that beat up. I think KKopper is in good shape here. He is being safe with that. He just wants this game to go long. Once you get on the other side of this swiftness potion with all your stone for like mana for this priest, he's got 305 mana on this priest, which is a lot to say the least. So yeah, I guess we'll see a Holy Wrath here. He's under very little pressure. Yeah, I think you have to Holy Wrath, right? No, oh yeah, Deathmark's good too. Probably better. Forgot exactly who had what skills. Okay, so he's getting some work done. Anytime as the aggressor, anytime you can make the stall comp use its stone on health vials instead of mana potions, that is a good thing. But yeah, this interception is wearing out here. An extra heal is very good. So yeah, basically Copper in this spot, you just want to wait out this swiftness potion. You're not really worried about finding a kill window at all because you have inevitability on your side. Didn't even need to use any stone there because he had the heal skill. Okay, onslaught up front, starting to put a little pressure on these hit point totals, but nothing too dire. I assume we have Holy Circle here. We do. There's our basic attack that is buffed. So, and then he's got 3 attacks here. So I think we're going to see another Prayer of Healing. And then these 3 attacks aren't going to do it, I don't think. I mean, it's 1,000 hit points. He doesn't have the repeating shots, so he kind of went left tree like I was talking about. No, he didn't really go left tree. So he's got 50 dexterity, but he's not really using the multi-shot rapid shot thing, which ignores dexterity. So his piercing shots aren't very strong, I don't think, which is a problem. And these hunter's marks aren't super strong without a ton of luck. So his damage output is probably a little bit too low to get through this defensive build, even with this many extra turns. Unfortunately, another prayer of protection up front that helps. Maybe that's why, if I said earlier that I would have challenged with the knight, maybe the prayer of protection was still up. That is a good use for that, because obviously now the knight can't challenge it until it comes down. I assume that sharpshooter is still on the warrior. I can't imagine he'd switch up now, although this interception is coming off. If he did switch up, that would kind of force the issue for the knight to re-up it, which I don't think the knight really wants to re-up it. And we're starting to get low enough. Unfortunately, we don't have Mighty Strike or Holy Wrath to really start to threaten a kill window. And I believe, yeah, that's a fresh slow. So he slowed himself again. And we applied 1 slow, took 1 slow, and didn't get through that barrier again. So Star's doing a good job here, lining up his prayer of protections. Is that what it's called? The single barrier is lining up just enough to not get this priest slowed with the whirlwind that's coming. Rapid shot. Okay, so he is okay. He's got a chance here. This is, yeah, it's not really that good of a chance, is it? But he's got 4 out of the next 5 things. We got sharpshooter going, and this can be a big repeating shot. What happened? His slow just went off. Okay, he didn't lose it though. He's still got 3 out of the next 4, so he can go Holy Wrath. I don't know if you want to do a blind repeating shot or a piercing shot, but he can do a lot of damage here. He really needs this to work, because Swiftness Potion is wearing off. He's going to be at a severe stone disadvantage. So yeah, he's thinking the same thing. 280 Holy Wrath is nice. The death mark is up. You've got a window here. I don't. This knight's going to have to use a health vial, assuming this would be a devastating full health pot. I doubt he's bringing a full health pot to this fight, but it's possible. A health vial is going to get him up, but maybe not out of repeating shot. If this is a good repeating shot right here with Boar's Head and Death Mark, he can maybe get 7. That's too much. 723. If it was like 623, I think he could do it, but I don't think he can do it. And this scales off dexterity. He doesn't have that much. So I don't think he can do it. Well, he does get 2 more turns, of course. Forgot about that. But the priest goes in the middle. If he repeating shots, prayer of healing, and then 2 more turns, he can't Holy Wrath. I don't think he has enough damage. Yeah, he agrees. And this So that was 12 total stone, 9 for the swiftness potion, 3 for the mana vial here. Means he's down to 3. Yep, 3. So that's another vial. And then I'm pretty sure there was some poison over here, which could be a thing. Also, he is quite low on health. But yeah, the swiftness potion, that's what we were watching for. You notice KKopper isn't really doing much offensive at all except for those whirlwinds. But they matter. You know, he has to holy circle here. Not that he could wrath because it was on cooldown. But this is looking good for KKopper. I don't think he's used any stone. Okay, there's a challenge finally. And yep, this guy is totally safe. He was able to protect that warrior. It was going to be really tough to drop that warrior. 1,400 hit points. Egg Scally has a little block, I think, and he has medium armor. So it's tough to get through all that. Ooh, big miss. Boar's Hat coming into play there. So yeah, it's rough. This is the stall comp getting to do what it wants to do, which is just make the game go long enough to where your stone advantage, your mana advantage is going to come into play. And he could start to put some pressure on now because he's really in not much danger at all without the swiftness potion. And we're done with whirlwind here, or slow here. So we're back to everybody's getting the same amount of turns. Really need like a lucky crit. Oof, that's got to be disappointing. I mean, most of that was the barrier, but you're just miles and miles away from accomplishing anything from Star's position here. He'll self-protects his front line. He's down to 55 with 3 stones, so it's not good. Gonna get back 80 or so. So yeah, it seems. Yep, and then this is actually devastating because that's going to put this guy on the clock, and he knows that the stone issue, or he probably suspects the stone issue. This is going to make him not be able to use a vial if he clears this poison. I forget if he had cleanses. I think most of the cleanses were over here. I know this warrior has 2 cleanses. I forget how many cleanses are here. I'm not going to look. It's not super important. But maybe he will recover. Or maybe that poison will be too much to overcome. Prayer of protection. Okay, so he's now barriered up. He can do a whirlwind and not slow himself. I think you definitely do that. No? He's going after the priest. Interesting. Does not have Holy Wrath. Does not have Mighty Strike. I think I'm whirlwinding there every time with my barrier up, right? I am. Okay. Was that a buffed? Yeah, that was through the barrier, so that was a buffed basic. So yep. Tough spot for Star. I think this is gonna it's gonna be a longer basic attack off at the end that KKopper is extremely advantaged in from this position. Really needed to find that window with all those extra turns to get like a lucky crit at some point. He also had a miss, only one though. Can't complain too much. Yep. Doesn't want to use his mana there. Needs to save that mana if he can find another spot to potentially Holy Wrath or Holy Circle or something. Yep, tough sledding. It's going to be tough to get through this night. I mean, I guess you try it, but he's given up on the warrior, switch targets, but the priest has plenty of mana to protect the knight who's in buckler, heavy armor type of thing. What other skills does he have? So he could do the combo for some more physical defense if he wanted to. Missed that. Is it a basic? Probably. Doesn't even care about interception now. The interception more than did its job, right? You open with that, make sure your priest is safe, and now your priest has 700 barrier from really I guess he did the mass barrier a couple times and maybe single barriered it too. But yep, Star's got to get through this night, and Kopper has a lot of resources to prevent him. So see if he does the whirlwind here. I mean, I'm a sucker for whirlwind, even without the barrier, so I'm doing it every time. He's got good decks. He's got the Egg Scally. What are we talking about? Bang, 600. Now, I mean, he's got so little mana, he's going to have to use Holy Circle. And he's almost out of completely because that costs so much mana. 54, look at that. 54 mana at level 20. And then he's got one more mana potion for like 80. So he doesn't even have 3 Holy Circles left. So, yep. The Whirlwind making him do that instead of being more efficient with his Prayer of Healings is what you want to do. Yep. So this guy, if I'm in his spot, I'm definitely going to rapid shot here just to try to, maybe I get lucky and it piles up in a way that I can get a window to kill here. Okay. 186 is pretty good, but it's going to get healed. And this poison is still ticking. It's going to get healed, and then he's going to get 3 turns. Full mana. Oh, brutal. 293. Oh, man, that was brutal. So, yep. I might concede there just out of anger and frustration if I'm in the other spot because, you got 80 mana to work with basically against 300, and you're losing in most other aspects as well. Yep, that's the sustain comp, the stall comp. This is a good example of when it's able to do its thing. Go on mute for a sec. All right. Still, that's what you needed at some point earlier. If you could get a big crit like that, we could have almost got this warrior. There was that turn we got it down to 700 and change, and I think he could have got it if it was 600 and change. So a crit at some point earlier, some other good RNG with rapid shot, something like that, could have swung it. Okay, resists the challenge. Interesting challenge. Seems like the knight's pretty much the target. All right, we're going aggro. I guess he's healing the knight here. It feels pretty secure to do that challenge. So this guy's almost out of mana. So he's not too dangerous. And the poison damage really ticking up there. Didn't get the lucky, cleanse, self-cleanse. And didn't want to use his stone on that. He used it, like I thought, to get up to 88 mana. So you can do one more Holy Circle, and then some Prayer of Healings. 3 Prayer of Healings? 3 Prayer... No, yeah. 3 Prayer of Healings. Still got his exhaust. Wonder if there was a window. I guess not, because KKopper was able to get this priest barriered up, and it was never like dealt with, this barrier, and the problem just kept getting worse. So he was never able to find a spot to get an exhaust in there, because what you really want is right after the priest goes, if you can exhaust it, they are they're done with priest heals for a long time. But I don't think there was ever a window to do it, mostly because of this barrier. Yeah, the priest was just able to do just enough this game to get him to the finish line in terms of the assault that was most dangerous on his warrior. Now I think, you want to be cautious as KKopper here, but we can do some basic attacks and prayer of healings and just end it pretty much. He used a full mana potion, so that's 8 stone. I don't know if he used any other stone at all. He might still have 7 stone for 2 more mana potions. 2 mana vials, rather. Yep. So this is game 1 of JCL. If you don't know how JCL works, you submit your first 2 teams at the same time before you play, before the match is even set up. And once it's confirmed that both players have their 2 teams submitted for game 1 and 2, then they fire up game 1, which is this. So they already know what they have to play game 2. You can't alter it at this point. But they're going to set that match up after this, I believe. And then if a game 3 is needed, you have your entire roster, which are the 6 heroes you've used already, plus a number of reserve heroes. I think there's up to 4 or 5 reserves. You construct a team of 3 from that cannot be identical to one of the 2 teams you used earlier. Those are the rules. I think that's a pretty cool system. If I say so myself, I may have had a hand in that. All right. Wonder if he'll do a cheeky little basic attack with this priest, not needing the. No, you don't do that. So it looks like he switched targets, gave up on the knight. Oof, demoralizing. Yep. KKopper was probably checking on that sharpshooter. Don't want to do something dumb here, but honestly, he could maybe win even if he did lose his warrior. Out of mana on the warrior and the knight, so they're just basic attacking. Unsure exactly how much stone KKopper has left, but I'm pretty sure it's not 0. Doink. Basic, maybe enough. Oh, he's got a supercharged basic and then enough for 1 more sharpshooter on this guy. And that's it. Blocked. Oh, brutal. What's up? Be easy and tune fed in chat. See, we got 9 watching. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. I think if you missed the first part of this, I did a little bit of analysis before the match, and then the first few turns of this were pretty much what decided it. Star did a swiftness potion, but KKopper was able to withstand the onslaught. Finally did cleanse that poison. Good job. So he's got 1 more sharpshooter and we're done here. I would probably concede, but that's just me. I don't play these out. It's at a certain point. There's really no out. But it's definitely not required. It's not bad form at all to keep playing it out. That is your right. I just don't have the patience or the emotional capacity to play it out when I'm down bad. All right, there we go. So good game by KKopper. Nice little sponsorship on that one. 0.69 Metis, I believe, from Bolognese to honor Honk Guild, which I believe Stardust is in. So let's see if we have, how do I do this? Is that the old one? That's the old one. It's got to be. Let me see. Do the old fancy maneuver, smooth maneuver here. Refresh and see if, I guess I'm just going to ping them in Discord here and see what's going on. Yep, GG. Tough matchup for Star there. Go ping him in Discord. See if they want to early start game 2 or wait a couple minutes for sponsor and votes. Either is fine. And we'll figure this out here in just a minute. All right, been talking to them in Discord. They're getting set up now for game 2, and I'm gonna make sure I figure out how to stream it. Haven't done this before. I don't know if I need the link or the ID, exactly how that works. Oh, BRB. I think I can put in the battle ID and that will generate a link for me, I guess. Not sure. But we're talking it out. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. All right, so this time we got Seer, Priest, Warrior. So very defensive build here by Star. Although we got a Boar's Head, so maybe not so defensive. High strength, 59 is nice. Decent basics. All right, so he's got the Buckler as well. Priest got the armor on this one. Nice. Good mana, okay health, not amazing. Wisdom base. Expect some bubbles here for sure. Maybe even bubble shenanigans with the Priest Seer combo. More basics. And let's see, the Mythic Seer, not Dark Summoned, not super geared, probably no stone. Oh, a little bit of stone. Tough traits, heals good, but explosion is real bad. Not super fast. Wisdom, intelligence, interesting. He's got a lot of intelligence on there. So he's going to have a high spell. He could do barrier shenanigans. I don't know. Archer, Priest. Okay, so KKopper is doing the loadout. Okay, do I need to vote on this to spectate? Hang on. Let me see. Let me do this just in case. I don't. 27 seconds. I guess I have 10 Joule. I could sponsor it, but sorry. Let me do this just in case I need that to spectate it more easily. So interesting. So let's see. We got double Boar's Head. I can tell that much. We got our equipment. 52. So not a ton of stats on this one. Menacing is nice. Don't love the rest of it. Got the gear on this one. Didn't look at all the HP pools very closely, trying to get this going. No traits, regular finesse stone, that's nice. And let's see, well, okay. In progress, view lobby. Spectate. Okay, so let's, I think I asked them to wait a little bit if possible. So an offensive priest along with 2 archers. Okay, they're fine. I'm fine. You started off with prayer protection. All right. All right, and Hunter's Mark, you like that speed advantage, especially against Priest Seer there with your archer. Not a super fast Seer, which is fortunate. It's really tough. If it's a fast Seer and it wants to go first, it usually will, and get that Artificer bonus up, assuming we are Artificer. Yep, it is Artificer. Barrier Stone, so we're going to have the potential for barrier shenanigans. What was that? Warcry or Gruff? Let me see. We did. I think that was a Warcry. Yep, that was a Warcry. Didn't do much. Okay, I guess it helped these 2 offense, but he doesn't care about that. I think he just wanted that for the intimidation. Priest was barrier, so that wasn't going to work, but he wanted the intimidation on these 2 archers, I'm pretty sure, and it did not work out. So let's see what's going on here. All right, we got barriers up, 492. This is an uncomfortable spot for Kopper, I'm sure. I think this is how you want to start with the defensive build from Star. And these are pretty good archers with good gear, but they're not incredible. I guess he needs to pick somebody. Yeah, it's probably going to be the Seer, right? Yep. It's got to be the Seer. 948, though. Good RNG on that one. And then this guy, let's look at this skill layout again. So it's a very defensive, as you would expect, warrior. Although it does have onslaught. But as you would expect, missed something, unfortunately. I wonder what he did. Did he do Holy Wrath? I bet he did Holy Wrath. Holy Wrath, yep. Going after that seer. Gruff didn't get the taunt, which is very important. Because then he'd be splitting his damage, right? He's already done resources into this seer already. If he got gruffed right there, that would just be brutal. So let's see. How is Star Libra going to do enough damage to kill anything, though? Good question. Got a Warstone. We got a Goreblade. We got... Oh, nothing here. So I think once you get the exponential barrier going, he's going to try to exponential barrier this priest. I'm pretty sure he is channeling. I'm pretty sure that's a barrier, right? Let me check. Barrier stone. So I'm pretty sure he's targeting the priest. This priest is going to go exponential. So yeah, basically once you live through the early game, I'm not the expert on this. I've never done it, but I know I watched O'Cool do it. But he's gonna, yeah. This is putting him in a tough spot where he wants to stop this barrier nonsense, but he's got to try to kill this seer. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him. And also he could even nuff and then move around if he wanted to. Yep. It's tough to say though. You really hurt yourself. Like he's trying to focus fire. He's got Holy Wrath, 2 archers. He can try to get this priest who doesn't have much armor. He's got a lot of hit points, but like if you're taking time, that's a very crucial. But now, okay, let's see here. He gets 1 turn. He needs to heal here. He's got his priest though in position. 242. Wait, did he bury himself? He buried himself. I was expecting him to target the priest and try to just get that going crazy. It does. Oh, I don't exactly know how this works. So he's going to get plenty of time. Okay, so he has time to Sanctuary and Prayer Protection if he wants to, or Mass Barrier. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure how the exponential barrier stuff works exactly. I've been fortunate enough not to play against it, and I have too much damn respect for the game to play it. No, I'm kidding. It's totally fine. The stall comps, yeah, I mean, it worked last game. It might work this game. They're part of the meta. The meta has definitely... Ooh, good crit there. What do we got? We got 1 turn before this archer. I think he's got to use a potion for sure. I can actually see that he has full health. Don't know if you do that, but let's see. I can't tell them apart. So yeah, that barrier got ate up, and that rapid shot was very good. That rapid shot did a lot. So this might get foiled between that crit and that rapid shot. The barrier. What? Excuse me. Oh, that might have been clock. Was that clock? Oh dear, that is unfortunate. Oh, it didn't die. Yeah, I'm quite sure he didn't want a basic attack there. But yeah, not a fan of that personally. But it is what it is. If it looked like he was tanking to decide if he wanted to use a vial or a full health potion, if I had to guess. And then he ended up basic attack. Does it tell you in the logs? I don't know. Just tells you basic attack. I'm quite sure he didn't want a basic attack there to get this guy down from 965 to 830 or whatever. So It's not over. That was pretty crucial because there was a chance for this seer to die, but the seer didn't die. So maybe it's better he didn't have to use the potion because he was just barely able to live with 20 hit points or whatever it was. Pass turn. So he's trying to set up his 3 guys to go back to back to back. See, so he passed the turn there. And now he's saying, you need to decide now if you're going to heal or you're going to let me have these 3 turns and see what I can do. Because this barrier is going to double. It's going to do very little. He's going to get him 165 here. So, yep. Star figures it out that he's just going to have to use that pretty inefficient vial right there. I don't think Kopper can do 900 damage, 950 damage. But if he didn't use the vial, it might have been close. I don't know if Kopper's used any stone yet. So he could still see a swiftness potion, potentially. Not sure. But yeah, the barrier plan has been foiled. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to happen, but I think it might have been a mistake to barrier himself instead of just... But yeah, I don't think it would change that much if this guy had a... Oh, big repeating shot there. Got the 3 turns in a row combo. Did I miss that he had the kill? Did he just take 3 turns in a row and I talked through it? Pierce shot, Holy Wrath, Pierce shot, 269, 262, so 500 and change, and then a good comboed thing. So 500 plus, yep, he got it. He was able to do 400 something with the repeating shot combo, and he was able to kill from full with 3 turns in a row. So he passed the turn in order to get the 3 turns in a row while he had the repeating shot combo up, and it was enough to take him from full because he didn't get much blocks or any dodges, and yep, that was enough. That was really well played by Kopper. I don't think the enforce mattered. I think it actually helped Star, but because he was at full regardless, so all that was going to happen, he was just going to use a health potion instead of basic attack, which I believe is what happened. But yeah, Kopper was able to pass the turn. Like when somebody passes the turn like that, expect some shenanigans, and you could see the 3 reds right in a row when he did that. And yeah, even against full health, against that vial that probably didn't feel too good to use, to go from like 800 to 950, he was able to get through it with the Holy Wrath, repeating shot, piercing shot combo, which is one of the reasons to play this comp with Holy Wrath available. Doesn't work if you're doing barrier stuff. On this side, on Kopper's side, if he's doing mass barrier stuff, he doesn't get that kill. He needs the Holy Wrath. Yep, very impressive. So yep, repeating shot combo, still good. He's even using the aggro guy up front. Interesting. I didn't look at these particularly. Yeah, he's going all aggro here. He's going the crit chance and the extra damage on his archers and Holy Wrath. So this is a very vulnerable composition if your opponent is very aggressive and able to pressure P1 with like onslaughts and final blow and mighty strike and stuff. But that is not what he was up against. He was up against a defensive team, which is turned out to be a good matchup. Interesting. Didn't quite get it. All right, well, regardless, that's not going to cost him, I don't think. Because unlike the knight with the 40 tick interception, the 2-turn nuff, like he could have switched them around or moved the knight back to try to save that seer, but it's tough with the nuff. Maybe that's what he would have done if he didn't run out of time and do the basic attack, is he could have nuffed and then had that up to potentially save the Seer in that situation. But it looked like he didn't quite have the tools against this, because there's another. So it was never going to work. Warcry this, but another double resist from the archers. He tried that turn 1, I believe, to try to get the damage debuff, and it just didn't work. So nothing's really working here for Star, unfortunately. Tough run of it for him. Well played by Kopper. Because now at this point, I know Kopper hasn't used a Swift Potion. I don't know how many stone he has used, but it's not 15. I do know that. So he's got the action economy advantage, and he's got plenty of stone to finish this off. It's just a matter of how long it takes, because Star's just got basic attacks, and an onslaught, I guess. Deathmark, might as well. But yeah, good match. Pretty even matchups, like I thought. Slightly advantaged from Kopper in terms of gear. I think in game 1, the Excalibur really helped him. But they all had almost all armor. I think they were missing 1 or 2 from Star, and then all the bows you would want, boar's heads, Bach helms, all of it. So good JCL match. This is what you see in the JCL. Some concise strategies that can really do a lot of damage out of nowhere. That 960 damage, 50 damage was from full. Oh man, now he's just going nuts with this. So we'll wrap this up, and then when this is done, I will wrap up the stream. Thank both of these competitors for playing this in public and helping me make sure I was able to stream it. I don't know what the standings are. I know these guys are not in my division. My division is the one on the bottom of the JCL bracket. These guys are both top, so I haven't been paying too much attention to standings other than specifically my own. I don't think there's much reason to at this point. This is week 3 after all. I guess week 4 starts on Monday out of 11 in the regular season. I believe that that's the plan. So I guess we're going to see a full mana potion here. Oh, maybe not. Probably not. Vial. I think if you run this team Archer Priest, you want to bring the Swift Potion. He didn't have a need for it or find the window to use it this game, but it makes sense that you would not bring a full mana potion, whereas the last game we saw, Kopper did bring the full mana potion and use that on his priest for like 300 mana. But I don't think that makes any sense with this cop, so I think he's just gonna, Rapid Onslaught. Applying a little bit of pressure. It's a little late for that type of strategy, unfortunately. When you go Priest Seer and you got barriers, no offense at all on your Priest, and I guess you have a Warstone to help you towards the end. He kind of loaded a Warstone and a Rapid Onslaught, and everything else was defensive in terms of his decisions, just to kind of hedge if a window presented itself, he would at least have some amount of tools to try to kill something early, as opposed to just waiting until we're all basic attacking every turn. All right, both archers are off exhaustion. Middle archer is almost out of mana. See if he uses another vial. No reason to Swift Mist Potion now. I think you just vial. He's getting 3 attacks in a row here. Don't think he can kill. Well, maybe he can. I think he has the. He could. 724. I mean, he did it for 960. He doesn't have the setup with the repeating shot this time. He didn't get much damage there, but he could do a Holy Wrath repeating shot and maybe do it. No real reason to do that, but he could. He's setting it up for next turn. Blocked, so yeah. Did not get good RNG on that. Definitely set it up for next turn. These guys remain jumbled up, which is what you want. So probably a gruff here. Delay the inevitable. Yep, now his priest can't get repeating shotted, but his knight might just warrior might just die instead. We'll see. I think yep, critical aim. Forgoes the repeating. Probably mana vials coming. Play it safe with HP, no doubt about that. Don't want to get onslaught out of nowhere. Star has 6 stone, so like if he was able to pick off an archer somehow, he would have some ability to win a long game by using the mana vials on his priest, but I don't love his odds in that situation, but he has to pick something off to even consider that possibility. So Kopper should not let him do that. A lot of boar hats. A lot of boar hats in the JCL. I'm surprised the market hasn't really reflected it that much last I checked. They're good. Yep. Skipped his turn. Passed the turn. All right. Wouldn't be surprised if he switches back over to the priest. No. This priest has the ability to heal quite a bit. 3 stone. He can just prayer of healing every turn, and I don't think the warrior's going to drop, but maybe. Yep, keep being safe. Basic attack with crit aim bonus. Doesn't get it. He has switched over to the priest, apparently. Not enough for a Holy Wrath, I don't think. You need a lot of intelligence for that. It's definitely gettable, though, without any sort of pumpage from Giant Slayer or leadership or anything like that. Prayer might. You just need a lot of intelligence to get 300. Okay. used his last bit of stone on his warrior, saying, that is my only path to victory, is killing something with onslaught. He's not going to win the game where he just prayer of healings against this. 3 is greater than 2. So he needs to get the front line down on an onslaught, which is not going to happen. But I like where his head is at. Oh, okay. Never mind. He wants to spend his mana doing that. It is going to protect the priest. It's not leading to a win, I can tell you that much. But the priest is alive. Oh, does this only do physical damage? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's like interception. 100% of all physical damage. So Holy Wrath, and I wonder if you knew that. Holy Wrath, and because I forgot, I guess the basic attack on a priest is going to do magical damage with the Agor staff, of course, based on your spell. So it actually got through the buff. Nuff, rather. Who can remember which of the UF tree we are on at the moment? Interesting. Now he's back on the knight again, or warrior. He's kind of going back and forth. Maybe he gets the priest there now, because buff's about to run out. Nuff's about to run out. Wonder if he wanted to pass turn there so he could go shoot, shoot, shoot when Nuff runs out. Small technical advantage he could have made, and then he still has enough for a Holy Wrath. Finally, we got a war cry for Star. Get that sweet intimidation value. Nope. Back to the warrior. Got to get revenge. Don't like being intimidated. $75. 3 more prayer healings. Not sure the stone for copper, but I don't think it's 0. All right, I'm going to mute for a second and get the dogs ready for their afternoon walk. They're giving me the look. So, good match. Good job by both players, Copper and Star. Up against it kind of in both spots for Star, where he couldn't quite be offensive enough in game 1, couldn't quite be defensive enough in game 2. And, yep, KKopper was able to kind of do what he needed to do both games. So that's what you like to see. That's what you see a lot in JCL is very different compositions or similar compositions in game 1 and 2 and then something oddball in game 3. I believe that's what I did against SI in week 1. I went 2 versions of aggro to start, and then I switched to full stall in game 3. So you can do stuff like that in the JCL, which is kind of cool. But they both submitted these teams ahead of time and decided to go defense and aggressive, but in opposite order. So we never got thankfully, we didn't get the defense versus defense. Aggro versus aggro is fine. Defense versus defense is a rough one in terms of commentating. But it looks like we are done here. I thank everyone who watched live, and thank you for those watching after the fact. Hope you enjoy this content. I just kind of did it on a lark, but it was pretty fun. There's a lot to talk about in these matches. My pleasure, my dude. So, unfortunately, Team Goose couldn't take this one down. I believe KKopper is unaffiliated. I think he won his JCL spot in a raffle. Am I wrong? I think that's true. They gave away one spot via raffle. I think it was KKopper, but yeah, he's good. He's got the gear. He's got good heroes. Not insane like some of the JCL teams you see, right? You see a lot of mythics and legendaries with greater stones and elite or trans traits. So we didn't see that this match, which is good because when both players don't have it, that makes for a pretty good match. When one player does have it and the other player doesn't, less so. But I think this was a good match, very strategic. You know, KKopper was able to do that delay and get his 3 guys in a row. That was the huge thing. And there was no blocks or dodges for this seer to screw up that plan. So he was able to drop it from completely full to dead. That was impressive. Oh, right after the celebration, he gives it the dunk. All right. GG's, lads. Thanks for watching. Play more DFK. It's fun. Peace.